guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go through my testing ponies. These baby ponies are here just to check and see if their parents carry all the genes that I'm needing them to, so that I can start breeding them for the pony that I want. So none of these babies are going to be kept. They're only just to make sure the parents carry what they need to. So in the girls account, I am really hoping for pairs 42, 74, 79, 39, and one of my daughter's projects complete, so that I can start breeding for the final outcome. And in the male account, the first male account, I'm really hoping for pair 79 and 193, pair 136 and 125 in the second stable, and pairs 125, 66, 74, 90, and 25 in the third male stable. All right, let's go to the babies and see what we find. So just to explain a little bit of what I'm doing, each pony, male or female, gets tested 10 times to see if they carry the genes that they're supposed to. And their genes are actually their name right now. And this is shorthand for the genes that I'm looking for. I made up these, so they're not part of the game. They're just something that I did. So each baby, once they grow up, gets tested 10 times to see if they carry the genes. And if they do, they get sent over to my breeding account, and then that pair starts breeding if they have a partner already. And if they don't, then I get to wait to see if I can find the partner to this pair so that they can start breeding. So it's kind of a long process, but it's kind of the middle step in between starting the project and finishing the project. This is kind of the work in between. So let's get started with the babies. So females can only be bred once a week, so it takes 10 weeks to go through the females. But the males can all be tested 10 times at one time. But you can only test 12 males at a time, because each enclosure only holds 120 ponies. So this pony carries colorized face fade and quad stripes. And because of how the stud is set up, he has body colorized, face colorized, tri-spade, and leg colorized. And because of that, his gene that he passes on to his offspring will always be one of these colorized genes or the hair gene, tri-fade. And so this tells me that the mother carries quad stripes and face fade, because the face colorized came from the dad. So we're going to go in here and we're going to write down face fade and quad stripes. And that's pretty much it. And then we go back and we release this baby, because we don't want to keep it and we don't want to name it so it doesn't go on the pedigree. So just to get it out of the way, we go ahead and release it and we go on to the next pony. And that's what we do. So let's get going. Alright guys, that looks like it's this for this account. We didn't find any new carriers from the females. These ones down here that I've renamed Release have all been tested 10 times and have shown to not carry the genes that they need, so I'm just going to release them. And the reason that I changed their name to Released is so when you look at their parents' pedigree, you can see that these ponies have been released, and so they can no longer breed in the game. So I'm just going to continue releasing these guys, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm done with that. Let's go check out the male accounts now. We have 3 of them. Remember, only 12 ponies can be tested per account. So let's head off to the first one. And if you remember from the beginning, I am really wanting this pony and this pony to be carriers today. So let's go see if they are. Alright guys, we finally found one, and it was one of the ponies I was hoping would be a triple carrier, so I'm super excited right now. This completes a project so I can start breeding for the baby that I want from them. So I'm just going to go ahead and send him off to the account to see his mate and put them together into a pair. All right, let's go on to the second account. We had either one of these two or this pony that I want to have carry all of their genes. I've been breeding these two for almost 10 years now. I'm kind of ready for them to be found so I can start breeding for the baby that I want from them. So let's go see if they have what they need. Alright guys, we found another triple carrier. He carries body colorized and stockings along with his visible quad stripes that he has. So we're going to go ahead and send him off to the breeding account, see if he has a mate. Alright guys, that's it for this account. I'm going to go ahead and release all these ones that didn't carry what they needed, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so it looks like we found the two from this account. Unfortunately, neither of them were the ones I was hoping for, but any progress is good progress. So let's go ahead and hop over to the third account and see what we can find over there. So I actually had a lot of them that I wanted out of this one, and I honestly don't care which one, even one of them will be good. It's these two blue merdragons down here, the Purpony, the Earthy, the Kitsune, the reindeer here, and this dino pony here. Any of those finishes and I will be happy. So let's go see what we got. Alright guys, looks like we found one, and it is one of the ones that I was hoping would finish, so I'm super excited. I really love this project. I was really hoping for a baby from this a lot sooner than it is now, but I'll take it. So let's go ahead and finish this up and send him over where he needs to go. Alright guys, looks like we found a quad carrier here, and it was one of the ones I was hoping for, so this is the second one out of this account. I'm super excited. I'm glad a lot of these projects are finally finishing. I've been waiting a really long time for them. So let's go ahead and finish up here and send him over where he needs to be. Alright guys, that's it for this account. We found the 2 carriers, which I'm really excited for. There were only 7 ponies that got bred in this account last week because none of these other ponies that are in here were adults yet. So they're adults this week, so they'll get bred this week. So there will be the full 12 to test next week. So I'm just going to go ahead and release these guys. Alright guys, that's it for the breeding accounts. Let's go check out the accounts where we sent the carriers that we found and see if they have any mates, which a few of them we do know because I was really excited about them finishing. So let's go to that account first. So there's these 2. We're just going to pull them down into this second enclosure over here. Right here you can see the one that we found today, and there's a female down here from the opposite pair, so we're just going to pull her up here, and her brother down here, we're just going to go ahead and release him because we don't need him anymore. I'm just going to quickly finish up their profiles real quick and then send them over to the breeding account. So this is what the project's supposed to look like, except for these are test breeds from the girl to this account, just test bred with herself. So we're actually going to test breed them together to see what the actual outcome of the babies will look like with these 2 bred together. What a girl would look like. And I'm just going to copy this and go paste it in here so it's an accurate test breed. And then I'm just going to go grab a male. So this is actually what they look like, test bred together, and this is pretty close to what I was going for the outcome for this. So let's go ahead and change her presentation with the correct test breeds. And let's go ahead and change his name to the one that it's supposed to be. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to release all of the other testers that we had going because we don't need them anymore, so we're just going to go ahead and release them. And we're going to release the parents too, because we don't need to breed them together anymore. Now we're actually going to change their name again. And then we're going to go ahead and send them over to the breeding account so they can get set up for breeding next week. Alright, now let's do the next one. And as you can see down here, I got females from each of the sides. So we got to figure out which one he's from first. So we're going to go ahead and name him. And he's from the second pair, so we're going to grab the female from the first pair. And then we're going to go ahead and rename her. And release her, because we don't need her. I'm going to go ahead and do test breeds. That's what a male would look like. And then we're going to do a female. And this is what a female would look like. And of course, these are all random. No matter how many times I push the button, they're all going to change different. Be ever so slightly different because it is randomized. So now we're going to go ahead and copy this with the two correct test breeds in here and paste it into the male's presentation. Go ahead and change their name. And then we're going to search for sisters and brothers that don't need to be testing anymore, because now we found what we needed. Looks like there's just one in this one. And we're going to release these parents too. So let's do it to him now. Just the two on this one, and his parents. Alright, now we're going to send them over to the breeding account and get them set up so that they can have their babies starting next week. Alright, let's head over to the triples account. We found these two triples. So again, I'm just going to pull them down into this second enclosure over here. And I'm going to switch over to the pair breeding real quick so that it registers that I dropped them down here. The system's a little funny. So we're going to need the female from this pair to test with the male. So we're going to go release her brother. Name him. And then we're going to go ahead and do test breeds with her. is what the potential girl would look like. And because they also carry Appaloosa underneath their paint, I'm going to do the other test breed with Appaloosa on it so you can see what that looks like, because there's a possibility of that coming out too. We're going to go ahead and rename them. And then we're going to go get rid of all the offspring from this pair because we don't need them. Rid of the parents too. Lots of room opening up in my starting accounts. So we're actually already in the triple breeding account, so we're just gonna pop them over to the first enclosure. And then I'm actually going to add them to the pair breeding before I move them down because they're easier to find when they're at the top here. One more thing, I always put little vampire teeth on my guys because I think it's cute, the little vampire teeth. So we're going to put their vampire teeth on, and then we're going to move them down the stables to where their number spot is supposed to be. And they're pair 193, so it's all the way down here at the bottom. Alright, and they're all set up to breed next week. And let's pop over to the quad account and have them bred. So this is pair 90 and pair 74, which means, because I like to keep them in order, I have to move these two bottom pairs over to the second account. Alright, they're all set up to start breeding next week. Now let's pull them down to where they're supposed to be. Oh, I forgot to put their vampire teeth on real quick. there we go, all set up. So we found 4 carriers this week, and all 4 carriers finished their projects. So that's amazing. This is what they look like for the babies that we're trying to breed for. And I'll show you what their first breed next week looks like, just to see how cute the babies turned out. But that's it for this week, and I hope you enjoyed going through my tester ponies with me, and I'll see you all later. Bye!